There is a place on Earth where sunlight dies, not fades, not weakens, it vanishes completely. A world so dark that even time feels slower there. No colors, no horizon, no up or down. And yet, in this endless blackness, something impossible happens. The darkness begins to glow. Tiny sparks, cold flashes, living light drifting through the void. But why would life create light in a place that has never seen the sun? And more importantly, what are these lights trying to say? And more importantly, what are these lights trying to say? We begin our descent. At first, the ocean feels familiar. Blue, open, alive with movement. But as we sink deeper, something changes. The sunlight weakens, stretching thinner like the last breath of day. This is the twilight zone, a place where light still exists, but only barely. Here, shadows dominate, and already creatures begin to change. Fish develop enormous eyes, not for beauty, but for survival. They are trying to capture the last dying photons before darkness takes over completely. But something strange begins to appear. Flashes, brief, silent bursts of blue light flickering in the distance. At first, they seem random, but they are not. This is bioluminescence, light produced by living organisms, not reflected light, not borrowed from the sun, created from within. Like stars being born in the ocean. Extreme condition, light is nearly gone. Adaptation, creatures begin producing their own light. Mystery, why would life evolve to glow before total darkness even arrives? Scientists believe this is where the transition begins, because below this point, there is no backup plan, only darkness. We go deeper. Now, the last traces of sunlight disappear. This is the midnight zone, a world of absolute black. If you were here, you could hold your hand inches from your face and never see it. No sunrise, no surface, no escape. And yet, this is where light becomes everywhere. But it's not gentle, it's not warm, it's calculated, precise. Deadly, creatures here don't just glow. They weaponize light. Take the anglerfish, a drifting silhouette in the void with a single glowing lure extending from its head. Take the anglerfish, a drifting silhouette in the voice with a single glowing lure extending from its head. It pulses softly, like a promise, like hope, but it's a trap. Smaller creatures desperate for anything visible are drawn toward the light, and in an instant they disappear. Extreme condition, total darkness. Adaptation, light used as bait to hunt. Mystery, why are most of these lights blue? Scientists know that blue light travels farther in water than any other color. But what's strange is, almost every species here has converged on the same solution, independently, again and again, as if the ocean itself is selecting for one color, one frequency, one silent language. But no one fully understands how these creatures control their light so precisely, or how this ability evolves so many times in so many different forms. As we descend further, something becomes clear. This light isn't just for hunting, it's communication. In a world without sound that travels clearly, and without sight beyond a few meters, light becomes language. Some creatures flash in patterns, others pulse rhythmically. Some even synchronize, entire groups blinking together like signals in the dark. But what are they saying? Are they warning each other? Attracting mates? Claiming territory? Or something else entirely? There are species that release clouds of glowing particles, like ink made of stars. Others can turn their bodies into silhouettes by matching the faint light above them, erasing their own shadows. It's called counter-illumination. They don't just create light, they use it to disappear. Extreme condition. Isolation, in darkness. Adaptation, light used as camouflage and communication. Mystery, are these signals simple, or are they complex languages we don't yet understand? Scientists still don't know how sophisticated these light patterns really are, because decoding light in the deep sea is like trying to understand a language we can barely perceive. We go deeper still. The pressure now is unimaginable, thousands of tons pressing down on every inch. The temperature drops close to freezing. Food is scarce. Energy is precious. And yet, these creatures spend energy to produce light. This raises a larger question. Why waste energy on light in a place where survival is already so difficult? The answer lies in chemistry. Inside these organisms are molecules, luciferin and luciferase. When they react, they release energy in the form of light, cold light, efficient light, almost no heat, like a perfect biological circuit. Some creatures produce it themselves. Others host glowing bacteria inside their bodies, entire colonies living within them, creating light in exchange for shelter. Symbiosis in the dark. Extreme condition, crushing pressure and near freezing temperatures. Adaptation, highly efficient biological light production. Mystery. Why did evolution favor light over other survival strategies in such an energy-limited world? Scientists understand the chemistry, but they don't fully understand the why. Why light became the dominant tool in a place where energy is the most valuable currency. Now we approach the abyss, a place deeper than mountains are tall, a place we have barely explored. Here, life becomes even stranger. Creatures with no eyes, or too many. Bodies that are transparent, or impossibly fragile. Some don't look alive at all, and yet they glow, softly, randomly, beautifully, like drifting galaxies. Some lights don't move, they pulse slowly, as if breathing. Others flash violently, as if reacting to something unseen. This raises an unsettling possibility. Are these lights responses to things we haven't discovered yet? Predators we've never seen? Ecosystems we don't understand? Because even now, with all our technology, submersibles, and deep-sea probes, we have explored less than 10% of the ocean. Extreme condition, near total isolation, extreme depth, adaptation, unknown and highly varied light behaviors. Mystery, what else exists in the darkness that we haven't encountered yet? What we've discovered only deepens the mystery, and so we return to the surface. Back to sunlight, to warmth, to a world that feels known. But something lingers, because far below, in a place untouched by day, the ocean is not empty. It is alive, glowing, signaling, hiding, a universe beneath us, made not of stars, but of living light, intellibet. And perhaps the most unsettling truth is this. We often look to the sky and wonder what alien life might look like. But we don't have to imagine. It's already here, breathing, moving, shining in the darkest place on Earth. And we've barely begun to understand it. The deeper we look, the less we know. And in the end, the darkness was never empty. It was just waiting for us to see it.